Balcony solar song from Minnesota. When you own and drive a plug-in hybrid car, you spend less on gasoline than others, and use electricity from charging stations, which might be powered by clean energy from wind, solar, or geothermal farms. For the rest of your cost of operating a car, when using balcony solar panels, you pay less to the electric company, powering up to 20% of your electricity from the clean energy of balcony solar. As an alternative to full-size solar panels, want to lower your electricity bills? In the United States, Utah led the way in passing legislation to allow balcony solar, so Utah homeowners can turn to that clean energy. As of now, balcony solar, also called plug-in solar, is legal in Utah, which passed legislation allowing balcony solar equipment. Maine signed a bill into law. Virginia introduced legislation. Colorado signed into law. Also has a bill in progress. These states are moving towards allowing residents to use do-it-yourself DIY plug-in solar systems, which can be plugged into standard outlets without the need for utility approval, who are good resident candidates for balcony solar. If your roof cannot support conventional solar panels, or you are a renter who does not own his or her own rooftop, if you cannot afford the $20,000 to $30,000 price tag for conventional solar panels, the smaller systems consist of just a few solar panels that can be placed on a deck or balcony, or mounted on the ground outside a home. The system's reversed the typical flow of electricity. Instead of pulling power off the grid, plug-in solar pushes power back into the outlet and into the wires of a home. A typical plug-in solar system setup costs around $1,000 to $2,000 and can power a few appliances, such as a refrigerator and modem. They usually provide about 20% of the electricity used by a typical home. The technology has taken off in Germany in recent years. There are over 1 million of the mini solar systems installed there. But to install one of these mini solar systems now in Minnesota, a homeowner would have to jump through all the same interconnection hoops with their power provider and pay the same fees as someone putting in a bigger rooftop system that can be costly, time-consuming, and complicated. There is a bill in the Minnesota Senate to streamline that interconnection process for certified plug-in solar systems. It is the companion legislation to a clean energy proposal that is generating excitement in the Minnesota House of Representatives. People want to tap into the power of the sun that is shining on their property. That notion of personal freedom and consumer choice broaden the appeal of plug-in solar. Deep Red, Utah was the first state to adopt a plug-in solar law last year. It was introduced by a Republican legislator and passed unanimously. A handful of other states followed suit this spring, and about 20 additional states, including Minnesota, are considering similar laws to allow residents to install plug-in solar systems. Still, some in the state legislature have expressed safety concerns because the technology reverses the flow of electricity and sends it back into the electric wiring of a home. A Go Peep state senator from Minnesota, who is also an electrician, wants to make sure proper safety procedures are in place for installation before, as he says, we are actually promoting people to start using it in Minnesota. A new safety standard was recently developed to certify plug-in solar equipment, but the safety standard has not yet been incorporated into the National Electrical Code. The Minnesota Go Peep representative/electrician thinks it is not going to be plug-in solar in Minnesota. There is just no way to make that work. He said in most cases, an electrician will need
when, not if, the legislation will pass. This is something that is absolutely coming. Once the proper procedures have been followed to get this right, I will be 100% behind it. The alternative is there in many states. It may be headed toward your state. As of now, 20 or so US states are considering legalizing balcony solar, aka plug-in solar. Utah is the only state that explicitly allows balcony solar. Maine, Virginia, and Colorado have already signed laws allowing plug-in solar. New Jersey, New Hampshire, and Vermont are expected to adopt legislation. Soon Washington State has proposed legislation, but it is stalled over safety concerns. Illinois and Missouri have also introduced bills, but they have not yet passed. This trend indicates a growing acceptance of balcony solar across the United States.